Nyangji Chimbo, Tudin Higmi Hyang, Zoni, Molam Chimbo, Abjada, Pakratanga Santu Hirm, Tumba Tukje Janla, Give Sir. Good morning. Welcome all of you. Today I'm going to teach you a general sort of meditation, but I don't have a specific sort of topic. So I'm going to give you some sort of basic teachings. And then meditate on nature mind. First of all, I really think that being a human is a very precious thing. And especially training your mind, try to train your mind is also very, very precious thing. So, first of all, like the first thoughts, we should not forget that we have this kind of great opportunities, right? We have a precious, very, very precious human life and mind, and try to subdue and train your mind. It's very precious. We can't forget that. Each and every day we appreciate, and we should sort of grateful this opportunity. In general, that's very important. And now, when you first enter the door of the teachings, there are two things you have to know. It is important to understand, again, the preciousness of teachings. A long time ago, like maybe 100 years, maybe less than 100 years, we don't have to say these things because, people really understand the teachings very precious. But, these days we have to say this all the time because, there are so many ways you can receive the teachings and see teachers, I mean, that's good, right? That's good. You can go there and here, like receive the teachings. Even though if you don't want to go, you just go to online and then you listen the teaching, watch the videos, everything like that. It's very convenient. That's, I think, very good. But it takes away the preciousness of the teachings. As I just said, a long time ago, people think that this is the most sort of precious thing. So they really appreciate it. But these days, not much, I think, because all this convenient. Today there is a teaching, not really necessarily to go there and listen teaching. I have other opportunities like that. People always like kind of being lazy, because lots of, this all this sort of convenient, So I think we need to understand the benefit of teachings, and then to have the aspiration to practice them, those two. The first you enter or you get the teachings, then you need to understand what is teaching. It is important for you or not. It is, then you have to put into your practice and apply them. Because it will help the teachings, us to improve our lives and especially our minds, right? So that is the goal. When we're talking about mind, generally there are three different perspectives on improving our minds. So we have like Hinayana. Hinayana's perspective is, they say, training your mind, subdue your mind. And then we have Mahayana. Mahayana's perspective is, they would say, transform your mind. And then we have Vajrayana. Vajrayana's perspective is realizing your mind. Realizing your mind. So there are three sort of different perspectives. But, basically, all of them are talking about the same thing. It is about mind. Because, as you know, the mind is the root of everything, right? So therefore, if you learn the teachings from, either, this Mahayana, Hinayana, Vajrayana, they have a little bit sort of different ideas and instructions. But basically, they're all talking about the mind, how to improve our mind. Because we do good and sort of positive actions, right? And we also create negative thoughts, negative karma each and every day. So it will be very good if you make a time and just sit on your chair, your cushion, whatever. Try to relax both your mind and your body every day. So when you do this, you don't sort of have to think about anything. Just try to relax. Usually, all the time, we are thinking too much. So sometimes it will be really nice, you just sit down and try to relax. Don't think anything, just to relax. So this could be your meditation. Meditation is very simple. Of course, there are some meditation are very complicated, but this kind of meditation, very simple and very profound, because, it helps sort of improving your calm your mind, relax your body, like that. So this meditation is very important. Sometimes meditation is think about on something, right? Like you have this lots of visualizations, you say these mantras and all like that. But sometimes meditation is done without any thinking, just to relax, So it depends on your meditation. It depends on your sort of mental activities, and it depends on your practice. But this simple meditation is very, very important. So when you do this, if you have like, when you try to relax your mind and your body, and then if you have so many thoughts, and if you can't finish any of them, because one after another thoughts, right? Then it's time to train your mind. It tells you that you need to practice, right? Once you kind of try to relax, right? Relax, and then so many thoughts arise, just like, automatically, like, that tells you, you need to do something. You need to practice. You need to meditate. You need, because, that shows like, your mind is really untamed, So if you have untamed mind, that could be very dangerous. This life or future life, whatever, right? It's dangerous. So that means like you really need to meditate. So just to think about mindfulness. These days, I recognize that the practice mindfulness is so important. Either you're a beginner or you're advanced practitioner, doesn't matter. So practice mindfulness is very important. When your thoughts arise, try to return to the mindfulness, which is like, present moment. Try to back, like you have, maybe you have to come back. Last time we talked about this, you have to come many, many times, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, many, many times, over and over again. Come back where? To the present moment. Present moment. That is how you improve your meditation. Try to come back, come back, come back. That's how you prove your meditation, prove your mind. That's why teachers say that, meditate frequently, meditate very short time, because we can't meditate, right? Like maybe like 5 minutes is difficult, right? So it's fine. Try to meditate very short, maybe 1 minute, and then your thoughts, right, arise, and then come back. This is very good instruction. Try to, they say, yin tong tang mang in Tibet means, yin tong means like short time, because we don't have capacity to meditate for a long time. So meditate short time and repeatedly, like frequently, short time, but then you take a break, and then again, like that, over many times. So teachers say that. And also teachers say that, don't meditate so hard, because it doesn't work, Sometimes people meditate and you have lots of thoughts and all these things, and then just like you push yourself and, I have thoughts, that doesn't work. So you have to really sort of relax and don't meditate very hard. It doesn't work. And don't create any sort of very high expectations. It doesn't work either. So you should think about how to find your balance in meditation. So that means like you should learn to be not too tight and not too loose, when you meditate. If you just try to relax, if you have thoughts, don't worry. And then slowly you discover how to find your own balance. Oh, okay, this is the way I can meditate, and I can develop my meditation, my mind. And so you will find through kind of, experience. This is very important. because when you start meditate or to work with any kind of spiritual discipline, you might think that somehow you are going to improve your attitude, your mind right away. But that is not how it is. No, you have to sort of slow down. It means like relax. Let go of your expectations, We have lots of thoughts, good thoughts, bad thoughts. It's okay, it's fine. So you just say, you go slow down, relax. And sometimes, if you think that meditation is kind of boring, every single day, every day you sit on your cushion and then I just said, like you're going to use this like simple instructions and then every day like that, it's kind of, you feel like, oh, it is kind of, your meditation is like boring and kind of useless, because you don't see the, what do you call it, improvement. But that is that kind of, that is because you have high expectations about what meditation can do for you, Or if I meditate today, tomorrow I'm totally relaxed and no worries, and I'm very, I'm going to, when I go to work and enjoy, and there's nothing problem. Expectation, it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. Then you feel like your meditation is, it's kind of boring, So, when you meditate, you feel this way because, you don't really sort of notice anything, It seems like nothing is really help you. Nothing is really improving, Every day is like same, You have lots of attachment, anger, ignorance, all of this every day same. No matter you every day meditate, you don't see the kind of results right away, right? So that's why you think meditation is boring. If you have that kind of experience, then it will be very difficult to develop your mind through your meditation. So meditate, as I just said, meditate not too tight, not too loose. Try to just relax and just keep going. And establishing a daily meditation practice is the best way to make mindfulness a way of living. Basically, as you know, doing simple everyday things like, working with people, thinking about the past or the future, talking with people, is actually all that we need to be kind of fully awake and be sort of mindful, For example, it's important to realize that when, for example, when you talk with people, you are aware that you are saying what you are saying. That kind of meditation I'm talking, So the point is we had to make the meditation a part of our life. Not like, okay, this is meditation time. This is my daily sort of my personal time. There's nothing like that. So whenever like work with people, talk with people, you have to be sort of mindful. And in order to develop your meditation, it's important that you have what do you call it? Patience with your practice. And you should try to stay present and rest in a place of relaxation through very simple instructions. For example, these are very good instructions, right? Relax, stay present when you practice. I mean, it's difficult, right? Relax and present, stay, like do things, be mindfully. It's difficult, but we can. So when you meditate and you see that you have the old habits of distractions all the time, and then sometimes you think that I don't have this, what you call a discipline to meditate. But you have to remember that mindfulness is your basic quality. It's very important. You have to work with it and learn how and where sort of it fits in your life. You don't have to be perfect at the beginning. You don't have to be perfect. Just try to relax and work with it. It's mindfulness all the time as best you can. And then, your practice will change your circumstances. Try to let go of any thoughts of becoming the perfect meditator, That's not good. That's not good for your meditation. What I have realized through practicing is that we can find our own true nature through practice, meditation, through meditation. Then try to speak from that. And as the teachers say, always say, all the time they say, find out your own true nature and then try to speak from that, try to act from that. Why? Because that is really who we are. This relative thing is not who we are. The great teachers, they don't believe that. If you find your true nature and then you sort of try to act from that, that's really who you are, who we are. From the Buddhist point of view, they say we lost ourselves in a very strange, like dreams, We lost because we are in a dark room, very, very dark room, and we are sleeping for 24 hours. So that's why meditation is important. The goal of meditation is wake up from this dream and learn how to sort of, wake up, try to find the true nature. Living things alone. Living things alone. In Tibetan we call nyam jak, means living things alone. That is the truth. That is the truth. But we can't do that. We always make things up. We are not doing. We can't do like living things alone. We always make things up. Because I think our problem is we have this, what do you call it, like this idea or this like ego sort of. The ego makes special kind of rules, We say, we always like everything should happen the way I want it to. Our ego says that everyone should like and appreciate me, Everyone should agree with my idea, my opinions, and do things my way. So that's the rule. Ego makes that rule, right? That's what I mean. Like we make things up. We can't live in things alone. So if we view others through this kind of ego, the view, then we, inevitably get sort of, into conflict with everyone and with everything. Because there's strange rules, That is what we call karma. Karma. Okay? We create this karma. Each of us, we create this karma. This is not coming from others. Okay? I'm talking about everything. Everything should happen. Everything should happen the way I want it to. Everybody like me and appreciate me. We create this. This is not from others. This that's Buddhist karma. We call it karma, or sometimes we call it like this old habits. But if we recognize this sort of incorrect view, then we are able to appreciate others and work for their benefit. But it is really difficult. It is really difficult to recognize it because we have this strong sort of old habits or whatever you call it, or strong karma. It's very difficult. But we can do it because I've been fortunate enough to meet some great teachers and practitioners. Because I know that they are so relaxed and they're so relaxed. They're always as I just said, living things alone. Which means evenly resting. Evenly resting means like both in their former meditation and in their informal sort of daily life. All the time, just to relax. Something bad happened, something good happened. Just so relaxed, The sutras and the teachings, it is said that, like if I loosely like translate it into English, it's like the great elephant is always evenly resting, whether he is standing or he is walking. These great practitioners always like, I just said, they always living things alone. But we are not doing that because we are attached to so many things, emotionally, physically, We're not, that's why we are not relaxing at all. But one day I hope we can do it. And we sort of become this great elephant. Means become a great practitioner. Then everything is like, gentle, gentle and, relaxed. you know. So, when you see, Tibetan teachers, they would say, evenly resting. They always say that, leaving things alone. Even I say that, but I can't. I can't live in things alone, right? Always, thinking and like that. But they say that. That's, as I mentioned last time, do you remember? When you go to the Zen meditation, they would say, just sit. They would say that, just sit. That's it. That's it. It means like doing nothing. Just sit, doing nothing. But if you think about the word just, or Tibetan teachers say evenly resting, these are so profound word, profound and precious. But this kind of, we can't just sit, right? Physically, mentally, we can't just sit. This just sit means this is very profound, but these profound words are not suitable for us when we try to sort of use them just to sit just sit for an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. No, we can't do that, because we're always rushing to the past or the future, and then we're not evenly resting at all. So in meditation and in our daily lives, there are few methods that we can cultivate in order to wake up from this dream. Buddha did not say that we are bad people. Never say that. Never say we're bad people, because we are sleeping and have lots of strange dreams. That's why you are very bad people. He never said that, right? But he said that you are in a very dark room. And he said, as long as you have that situation, you're going to sleep. The dark room is like this samsara and ignorance. So you're going to sleep, then you have lots of dreams. So maybe you should think, maybe you should visualize that you are in a very, very dark room for a long time, many, many years. You visualize that, okay? You visualize that you're just not short period of time, but just very long time and very dark. You can't see anything, And then how do you feel about it? Sometimes you can meditate on like that, How do you feel of that? In the dark room, of course, as a human being, we have to eat. We have to cook, right? So when the dark room, when you cook, sometimes you cut yourself. You chop the vegetables. You don't see it, and you cut your finger, and sometimes you burn yourself. You pour in the tea in your cup, and you don't see it and burn yourself. And sometimes you get confused because you your things all over, and you can't see them. I mean, that happened, this blind people in Tibet. I don't know here, but then, if you have this kind of go through this experience, then you would think that I really, really need a light. I can't do this anymore. I'm suffering from this dark room. I can't do this anymore. So you're going to find a light, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how, difficult it is to get, you are not going to give it up until you get it, because you are suffering from the dark room. That is what we call renunciation. It is so important to have this kind of idea, the renunciation, for all of us if you want to practice Dharma. But sometimes, I'm not really sure how much you, means the Westerners, appreciate this kind of renunciation. But if you are choosing sort of to be in a light room, this renunciation, if you're choosing, this kind of situation, then first you have to understand your current situation in this dark room. As I just said, sometimes you cut yourself, sometimes you burn yourself, sometimes you're confused, you're suffering from many things. Therefore, this renunciation is your motivation to wake up from this dark room and to find a light room. Because you are suffering, that's why you really, want a light, right? Once you have light room, then you look around, you see, and you will see that others are also in the dark room, same as you, long time, they are suffering. And you see now, you have light, and then you want to help them. That is what we call a kind mind, or bodhicitta. So the point is that through your practice, Mahayanas, I just said, the Mahayana's point of view, through your practice, this dark room can be transformed into a beautiful light room. That is the purpose of meditation and your practice. But maybe you would think that kind of a kind mind, that kind of bodhicitta, and that kind of the renunciation are difficult to practice, because then you have to think about this mindfulness, think about patience, think about discipline, think about non-attachment, all of this. So you would think, oh, I'm fine, I like to sleep, and this dark room helps me to sleep. I'm fine. I would rather have this kind of daydreams and go to sleep. It's up to you. It's up to you. Buddha said it's up to you. But you have to think about it. If you don't think about it, then you have no choice, no options, It's up to you, but you have to think about it. You have to, investigate. So the best way to practice is you should try to do your daily activities, mindfully. I think that's really helpful. Basically, what you're doing is trying to let go of your thoughts. So it will help you to, you in a relaxing, once you are relaxed, then seeing things clearly. There's no confusion. So I think right now, it is good enough to recognize that you are having lots of thoughts. And don't worry about thoughts. And work through by recognizing them. That is moment of mindfulness. Once you recognize your thoughts, they are gone. They're not there anymore. And then you're relaxed, and then your thoughts, and then come back again like that, If you do that, you will also notice how things change from day to day and grow. Once you have established this kind of practice, then you are no longer lost in the dream. You have this light, beautiful room. Okay, now meditation. When you try to meditate, if you know how to liberate your thoughts and how to recognize them, then it really doesn't matter what kind of feeling and what kind of thoughts arise and how many times your mind wanders away. It doesn't matter because you immediately recognize your thoughts. Then you can just relax there. So this meditation, we should do that. When you have thoughts, and then just recognize, and as soon as you recognize them, they're gone. No, they're not there. Then so relaxed. And by doing that over and over again, your meditation practice begins to train you on how to stay without sort of wandering away your mind, That helps you learn how to continue to relax without losing this self-awareness. The first time it's very easy to, your mind wander all the time, but then you do this over again, come back, over again, many times, and then you learn, you're going to learn how to continue sort of relax, with this self-awareness. In this way, your meditation can help you to discover and experience the inner peace. So, for the meditation, first, of course, you have to correct your motivation, which is generating a kind mind, a positive motivation for living beings. Once you establish that, then focus on alternating between looking at the mind and then relaxing on it. To understand when I say mind, right? Mind is everything, feeling, thoughts, perceptions, all of this, we should say mind. So looking at your mind and then try to relax on it means like no past, no future, just this moment. If you are not there, you lost yourself. If you are not there, that means you try to bring it back, the present moment. It's very simple. It's hard to do, but it's very simple. There's nothing difficult, to understand, So just relax, try to relax. And if your thoughts and distractions arise, do not follow them. Do not accept them or do not reject them. Just I said, I just said, leaving things alone. Try to evenly rest, Just to remain, means like remain in the present moment. Simply watch your thoughts come and go and return to awareness of the nature mind or whatever this mindfulness. If you do this meditation, then you sort of perceive all the objects without grasping and without attachment to them. That they're just like meditators. This great meditator says that all this appearance, this positive, negative, all this whatever is like, it's like they're like child play a game. So you can, through that, you can leave things alone. Just means just as it is. So there is a quote from Dzogchen teaching. It says, how should I say this? If you don't forget, forget the nature of your mind, then whatever arises, anything that arises in your mind, positive, negative, whatever is experienced, or however it appears, doesn't matter. You are free of anything to sort of benefit or harm. Positive doesn't sort of help you, or negative doesn't harm you. It's everything. Like if you don't forget the nature mind, then everything, all this appearance doesn't matter. Because you can leave things alone. Okay? Meditate for a few minutes. Okay? Correct your motivation. Make sure that you have a kind mind. No pride, no jealous, no anger, ignorance, but just your wisdom, your kind mind. Meditate for a few minutes. Benefit for all living beings, include yourself. And then look at your mind. Everything means your feelings, your emotions, your perceptions, your thoughts, everything. Mind is such a big thing, big topic. It includes everything. So look at your mind. And then if you have some thoughts, positive or negative, doesn't matter. Try to let them go. Means just focus on your mindfulness. Means like bring your mind and bring your body both into this just here, present moment. So stay there, try to stay there. If you can't, no problem, no worries. That's why I said don't meditate so hard. So if you can't stay there, no problem, let it go. If you want move your body, that's fine. If you need to take a break, short time, that's fine. Or try to bring your mind back in your body and then stay this present moment and look at your mind. That's your meditation. That's my instruction for today, for a few minutes.